Hey, how are you? How are you people? Thank you for being with us tonight. We are live on YouTube right now with Rick Sticks, but uh, I'm sending this streaming for our friends, drummers around the world. Hi, hi, thank you so much. I have to speak in Portuguese first. Okay, don't worry. We will talk in English with our guest tonight. I will try talking English because my English is kind of weird, but it works. Don't worry. Yeah, let me send this streaming for our friends, drummers around the world. Please do the same. Send for your friends that play drums. Okay. So I have to speak in Portuguese first for the people, and after that, you speak in English, or I will try to speak in English, as you know. Ok, pessoal, a gente sempre erra esse horário da live com algum artista lá dos Estados Unidos, principalmente de Los Angeles. Então, não se preocupem, porque essa live vai estar também lá, lá no YouTube, tá? Se você perdeu o comecinho, eu sei que muita gente vai entrar depois, mas vai conseguir pegar um pedaço aí, vocês entram lá depois no YouTube, porque é muito legal essa nossa convidada de hoje, vai arrasar. Então, eu queria pedir desculpas para vocês que vão estar entrando depois, e é que a gente sempre é. Então, na realidade, era para ser 9h30 mesmo, é que eu errei o horário de lá. Então, me desculpem. Essa semana, nós temos, semana que vem, a Lorena Martins, ok? Com o Special Class. E ainda no mês de setembro, nós temos a Mirna, também dos Estados Unidos, na última semana de setembro, ok? Então, como nós temos 50 minutos com a Rikki hoje, eu vou já entrar em inglês aqui e a gente vai conversando, beleza? Ok. Thank you, people, for being with us tonight. First of all, sorry of my English. I will try my best. And this streaming will be recorded here on Instagram and at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GirlsOnDrums. And sorry for the little confusion about the Brazil time hour. No problem, you can watch the streaming after. But if you are going to watch on YouTube, it will be recorded forever, I guess. Okay, so tonight we have 50 minutes with this great drummer, this incredible drummer. We have so many things talk about it. So don't waste your time. Send your questions or comments using the toolbox, the question toolbox down below. You can send your questions for Rick, ask for equipment, career, and whatever that you want to know about her and her drums or drumming. Okay, so let's go and let's call Rikki to talk with us.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey.
Hi, Joel.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure. Thank you so much. We had scheduled this streaming 2 months ago, maybe.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it. I'm excited. Thank you. You guys have some great people on, so I was really looking forward to this.
Yeah, thank you so much, because I know maybe you have some gigs to play, some rehearsals. So thank you so much for your time. And let's go. Let's talk about drums and let's rock. So tell me, the first thing that we almost always ask for people, for our guest here, is about your first time on drums or your very beginning with music. It was on drums or maybe with another instrument.
I started playing drums when I was a senior in high school, and I started a band with just some girlfriends, and we didn't know how to play our instruments, and I just bought a kit randomly. I always connected with drums. I wanted to be a drummer. I love rhythm. I love to dance. And so it was one of those times where I was like, I think I could play drums. And soon enough, after I bought my kit, I found out my grandmother played timpani in a band.
Really?
Hi, Vicky. So yeah, so it was like one of those things where I was just drawn to drums, but I never had any lessons. I just bought a kit. And when I set it up, when I received the kit, I set it up backwards because I didn't even know how to set up a kit. Like I had no technical drumming. I didn't know how to read music. I saw some people playing drums and I thought, oh, I think I could do that.
How many, about your age at that time? How many years?
17, I think, at that time. And then I went to school and went to college and I still played drums through school and I just never gave it up. It was one of those things that once I started, I just loved it so much that I always had a kit. I always found a way to have a kit, you know, and just be in bands. Whoever wanted to play, I was down. So
Yeah, but when I saw your drums and when I saw you very first time, maybe 3 years ago on Instagram, before this kind of pandemic and live situation and so on. I remember that I saw some pics of you playing and videos, and I remember that I thought, wow, she is a really drummer, a really rock drummer, because you have all this your color of hair, your attitude, your maybe you're really a drummer. It's not like Peter Erskine that seems to be like a lawyer that plays drums. You know.
Yeah, I think I've been a drummer in my past lives. All my past lives, I've just somehow been a drummer. So yeah, I mean, and I like rock and roll. So I'm trying to learn other styles, you know, I'm trying to learn world grooves and branch out a little bit and not just be a rock drummer, but I do have a lot of energy, so it somehow fits my personality to play rock and roll somehow.
Yeah, I saw people. If you are in Brazil, because I know that there are so many Rick friends right here. Hi, people. Please check it out. The Rick bands, the drum videos. You are playing on that video on that great Rick drums, Gretsch drums.
Oh yeah, Mike's lessons.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, so Mike has been a big influence. In fact, I had never taken lessons before, and you know, I'm married to a drummer, and so I was like, man, I would love to grow my vocabulary and take lessons, right? And I didn't want to go and take lessons with anybody in person because I was like nervous or something. And so I found out about Mike's lessons and I started taking online classes and learning how to read music. And then Mike was offering camps in the summer. So I would sign up, I would go to Mike's camps, and then it was wonderful. It was a great experience because there was a few camps I went to, it was all female. So there's, you know, 10 of us in a room for 5 days a week for 8-10 hours a day, just like studying drums. And it was really cool because everybody in the room had like their specialty of what they were good at. And then we just all really learned from each other. I mean, Mike, he was the person who organized the whole camp, and, you know, we were there and he had his curriculum and we went through it. But ultimately it was just learning from everybody. And I'm still really good friends with a lot of those people, male and female, that I went to camp with, because it's pretty grueling. You know, it's like you go there and you're like, okay, I'm good at rock drums, right? Like that's my specialty. But it's like at a camp setting, like you have to break down all these walls and all these barriers to like get better. And, you know, it was like challenging, but so rewarding, you know?
Yeah, I saw you girls at that camp, and I have one thing to say. Girls on Drums Festival is not a festival of live streaming. is a real drum festival. Of course, last year we couldn't do the, I said correctly.
Yeah.
We don't do the last year issue here in Brazil because of this pandemic situation. Of course, we are really trying to do next year because the sponsors want to send their artists only next year. But I have to say, last year our plans was to do Girls on Drums, the very first Girls on Drums camp, 6 days, maybe 7 days, 7 days, two drummers per day, and 4 hours for people that will be watching, and yeah, we hope to do this camp next year, and we
It's
completed
great.
next year 10 years of festival. It's the most longest drums festival here in Brazil. Girls on drums, only girls playing.
I mean, I'll tell you what, you know, when you have a camp situation where you're doing it for an entire week, it's just so inspiring, you know? So that's cool. I hope you guys get to do that.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. I wish to have money enough to bring all the drummers that we had at our streamings. Tonight is the 180, 180 live streams with you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
So tell us about the best, the very best of lessons that you learned on that camp.
Well, it's a lot of coordination. So there's a little bit of everything that you learn. One of the things that really helped me was, believe it or not, it's really simple, but just subdividing, you know, being able to hear those subdivisions on the pulse and being able to go back and forth, and timing. You know, when I first started out, I was a punk rock drummer. So like, why would I play with the metronome? Why would I care about tempos? Why would I, you know, play triplets, you know, as a punk rock drummer? Like, there's no room for anything else. And so just breaking down the triplets and being able to hear them in my head before I played them. And then, you know, there's fill patterns that we learn. We learn a little bit of jazz. We learn a little bit of samba, the timbal, and, you know, just there's a lot. I mean, a lot of it is like, where's your weakness? Whether it's reading, independence, coordination, like what is it? Where are you lacking? And build from there. So, you know, some people were jazz trained, and like the jazz section, they did so well. But when it came to like maybe linear fills, they weren't as good, or like even getting creative on the kit. One lesson I'll never forget, that was my favorite, was Mike has his Gretsch kit set up, and he has it all mic'd, and it's the same kit. And the only thing that we're allowed to change is the height of the seat. You're not allowed to switch anything. Yeah. And he had us play a rock beat, just real simple, right? Do, do, ga. That's it. And to the same tempo on the same kit. Now, we all had different sticks, okay? Same mic, same everything. And we got to go into the studio and listen back to everybody playing the same beat on the same kit to the same tempo, and how different we are as drummers. You know, like you would think, man, it's the same beat, it's the same kit, like it's going to sound the same. And it was so cool to be able to be like, okay, this person has a lot of hip hop influence. That's her. I'm a rock drummer. You can tell when I'm playing that beat, and you can tell when this person has like they're jazzy and it's swung just a tiny bit. And this person, they have a heavier left hand, and this person always throws in a little tiny ghost note here. And it was just really cool to see like why drummers make such a big part of a band. You know, I think as a drummer, it's like we're not there to get all the glory. We don't want to be in the front, but it's like we're such an important part because you can't just get some random person to play parts. Like everybody plays it so differently, you know? And even
Yeah.
it's the same beat, it's like so different.
Yeah, so it's a great idea to do with my students too. I do the same. Sometimes we don't have a camp here. It's one student per hour, but I can record one by one and
Right.
here after. Great idea. Thank you so much.
It's
I
awesome.
I win the night.
Yeah, good. I win the night
So
too, so.
yeah, great idea. So do you think that that camp lessons helped you to play better your own style with your bands, the Valley, That Girls, and the Two Teens? Is correct? Two Teens?
The 210s, yeah.
Yeah, two tens. Yeah, two tens. Sorry, it's not perfect, but it works.
I understand you perfectly. You know, that camp changed my life. It honestly did. I grew so much as a drummer, technically, to be able to play with my bands, but I also just grew with confidence, you know. I remember my last camp I had with Mike, and he was like, and I was thinking about, you know, I quit my job. I'm a teacher, and I was like, I'm quitting my job. I'm playing drums. Like, this is what I'm doing. And I remember he was very encouraging. And it just hearing like your drum idol, your hero who you've been studying with for 6 years tell you like you're ready to quit your day job, like go ahead and quit that day job. To hear that, it was like, you know, like you don't need somebody's justification in the world ever to live your dreams, but it certainly helps, you know.
Great, great. So we have to talk about your bands a little bit. Your drumming on your bands. Let's talk about the Dead Valley Girls. So I heard so many songs, and I like so much because, as you can see, I like this kind of wearing and this kind of
You like
movies.
Halloween?
Yeah, in Brazil we don't have Halloween.
You don't?
Uh,
Oh wow.
yeah, we have Halloween, but it's not part of our culture. But the people here are doing Halloween nights for maybe since maybe 10 years ago. But I always liked this kind of wearing and this kind of style. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your drumming on that very girls. It's the same drummer, the same maybe the same drum kit, but you have some kind of different nuance that play with your another bands. So tell us about that very girls sound.
So
Your
I
sound.
joined the band about 2 years ago, exactly 2 years ago, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I love them. They inspire me a lot, and I'm very fortunate to get to play with them. So I did 2 tours with them right when I joined, and then the pandemic hit. So we haven't been able to do another tour, but we will be doing another tour in December. But I did the last album. We, you know, got to write with them and record the last album with them, and I love it. It's like really big drums, like big
Yeah.
toms. A lot of, you know, I mean, there's some fast songs, but you know, for me as a drummer, when I write drums, I want to supplement the music and just make it feel good. Like I'm not worried about like how many hits I can get. It's more of what's good for the song. And I just, you know, I worry about the grooves. So it's got a lot of really cool grooves. Like some songs are swung, some songs are
Yeah.
faster, some songs are slower. And you know, as a drummer, it's harder to play slow and it's harder to play, you know, not super, you know, quieter. So there's a lot of dynamics in these songs. Yeah, I love it. It's a lot of fun for me, and I'm looking forward to touring in December, and then I think we're gonna do something this summer in Europe. So yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, great. Tell us about your new gigs with this band. So with the Dead Valley Girls, you have four girls, correct?
No, it's three girls and one guy. Believe it or
One
not.
guy.
Yeah, even though it
Yeah.
says Death Valley Girls, Larry, our
Yeah.
guitar player, he's a gal, you know.
Okay. I know. So the point, yeah, Dead Valley Girls is correct.
Yes.
Is not nothing wrong. So I saw that you the singer plays keyboards too.
Bonnie. Yeah, Bonnie
Yeah.
plays keyboards and second guitar, and she sings. And then we have a bass player, and then once in a while, when we're lucky, we get backing vocalists or a backing vocalist because vocals are
Yeah.
really important.
Uh-huh.
When I actually joined the band, Bonnie, she was like, "I don't really care about your drums. I care if you can sing backing vocals." She's like, "Can you sing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can try."
So forget your drums, just
Yeah,
carry
she was
your
like, "You
microphone.
play drums great. Let's figure out vocals." And I'm like, "Cool," because there's a lot of really cool harmonies and it's very chanty. So it's taken on another challenge of like playing drums and being able to sing and like sing correctly and like really sing, not just like shout. Because like with my punk rock bands, it was, scream and that's cool, Like I can scream all day and it's fine, but like, can you, and Bonnie's like classically trained. I mean, she went to school for music, so she knows like crazy harmonies. Like it's inspirational for sure.
Yeah, the band remind me some bands on the past bands like not really the same, but remember some bands that maybe Tarantino you put on their screens on their movies, correct?
I hope. I mean, yeah, Tarantino movies. That'd be, yeah. If that's what it reminds you of, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, this the
Cool.
style, the sound, because I really like this kind of sound, this kind of bands. But really reminds me. I think maybe in the future you the band, of course, you can send some material for Tarantino for maybe do a soundtrack or maybe just one track
Yeah, I
in a
mean, if
movie.
anybody knows QT, send them over. you know.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's very possible for you. So you change the drum tuning or some cymbals for playing with your bands.
I do. I keep my snare the same. My snare is a 6.5 Ludwig Black Beauty. I don't ever change that up. That snare, I could play any genre of music. I love it. But I do change up my ride. Last night at rehearsal, I used a hand hammered vintage ride, which is kind of lighter.
Yeah.
With that, you don't want to be bashing cymbals. I use like a low or a high frequency Sabian crash and a dark crash, so they're not as bright and not as loud. And then for 210s, what do I use for 210s? It's a different ride cymbal. I haven't used it in a long time. It'll come to me, the name of it, but it's a little bit louder and a little bit more uncontrollable and a little bit more crazy, which is exactly what that band is. So, it's like I'm trying to fit what works for what band. But yeah, I get to play around with different stuff. It's cool being married to a drummer. My husband plays drums for the Sonics and played for Dick Dale and a bunch of really awesome bands. And he has quite the assortment of drums. And so I'm being married to him. I'm pretty lucky. Like I get to walk in and be like, okay. And then if I like his cymbals, I just take them,
Yeah,
It's kind of
yeah,
cool.
I know.
It's like,
Yeah, cool. So, people, we are talking with a great drummer with impressive career. We don't have time to talk about anything, all that press bio It's enormous. So if you have some question to Ricky, please don't lose this chance. Send your question here using the question toolbox. We don't have questions yet, but please don't lose this chance.
Yeah.
Send
Hi,
your
Vic.
questions.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Creepy Creeps. Dolly Rots. You guys are so awesome. It's so cool to see everybody joining in, you know?
Yeah, great. So fantastic. So let's talk about your drum kit. I know you are playing with Sabian, as I am. I am a Sabian Brazilian artist too.
Did they change their logo too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is the old
Yeah,
logo.
yeah, right. That's so cool. I didn't know if
Do,
they were
do you
different
like it?
companies.
Do you like it? The new logo?
I think I just miss the old logo maybe. I'm just afraid of change or something. I mean, I'll always be a Sabian through and through. I don't care if they have the poop emoji for their logo. Like I love them. So it doesn't really matter to me, but I just love the classic, man. I just think it's so good. Like why would you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But whatever they want to do, it's okay. It's not my favorite one though. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
the new logo is like Sabian Unbound.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a live streaming with Andy Zildjian last year. Me and the great Brazilian drummer Vera Figueiredo, we both and Andy Zildjian, and Andy explained to us why this change on the logo. So if you want to know, I can tell you right now.
Tell me. Yeah, I'd love to know
Yeah,
why Sabian changed their logo. What's up?
yeah. As you know, nowadays we have so many cymbal brands on the market, correct?
Right?
So many. In the past, in the 80s and the 90s, we just have the main three, Sabian, Zildjian, and Paiste. And we had another brands, but these three are the three majors. So nowadays we have so many brands that there's something that uh, some brands, uh, how can I say, some brands are growing up and eating the market. Like
Right.
for example, the great Mayan,
Yeah,
I'm say
mine.
correct,
Yeah, absolutely.
Mayan,
Yeah.
and another brand. So something Andy said for us something we have to do something for change something. So
Oh,
let's
okay.
change the logo. The logo is more aggressive. It's more like wow. The people see wow. It's a new symbol. It's not a new symbol. It's the Sabian, the quality of Sabian, the sound of Sabian, but a new logo,
Catches their
unbound.
eye probably.
Yeah, so we have the unbound underneath the Sabian. That means with no limits. So in fact, you can order the symbols at the factory. You can choose the sounds. Uh, myself, I did this kind of experience so many times with Mark Love. Do you know Mark Love?
I don't know him personally, no.
Yeah, Mark Love is the great cymbal master on Sabian Factory. He knows everything about cymbals.
That's so
He
cool.
did me. Yeah, he sent me some prototypes that I asked for him. Like for example, AA medium, right? 17 inches. You know,
Yeah, wow.
and yeah, I have another prototypes that he sent me, and that's why Sabian changed the logo. So we have so many brands in the market today. People
Yeah.
were Sabian, that old brand Sabian. I don't want it. So the new brand Sabian, something like
Okay.
this.
Okay. All right. Well, I love Sabian. They've been so good to me. I love their stuff, and I've broken a few cymbals, and they fixed them for me, and yeah, they're wonderful.
Yeah, they're wonderful. So I think you can think about that sound that you need for your drumming, and you can talk about Mark Love, and for sure, for sure, he will send you your symbol that is only lives on your dreams.
That's so cool.
Have no
Well, I
doubt.
love that you can
So
go onto the website and like hit each symbol and like hear it. And I know it's digital because it's through a computer, but it's really cool to be able to do that, you know?
yeah, yeah, you can do that, but you can imagine your sound like I did.
Yeah.
I have a Monstro China, 23 inches.
Wow.
Yes, and I sent to Mark Love all the instructions. I want the shape like that. I want the hammerhead like that, and he sent me. You
Wow.
don't have time to see the symbols here because we
Yeah,
want
right.
you.
Yeah,
But
that's really
I can send
cool.
you.
Yeah, I didn't know they did custom stuff like that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So you are playing with Vater. Do you
Yeah, so
prefer?
I actually grabbed one of my sticks. So I do I play a couple different sticks, but this is my go-to is the fatback, the 3A. It's
Yeah.
got the larger tip. It's weighted, so it really rebounds, and I just love it. I also play the Mike Johnston stick, even though he moved to a different company. It's the barrel tip stick. I play that for when I don't want as much volume because these can get a little loud.
Yeah.
Especially like for practice or recording where you want to really make sure the texture is coming through. But for live, these are really my I just hit myself. These ones are really awesome. I love Vader. They have made custom sticks for me. Like you were talking about custom. Vader's, every band I'm in, they send me bricks of, with the logo and my signature, and it's awesome to be a part of that family too.
Fantastic. You deserve for sure. And aquarium drum heads here in Brazil, the aquarium drum heads is so expensive,
Oh,
but they
really?
have a very wonderful sound. Correct?
I love Aquarian, and if we ever come down to Brazil, hit me up beforehand and let me know what you want, and I'll fly them down with me if they're
Yeah.
that
Please tell me
expensive.
if you come to Brazil. Please don't forget to tell us if you come to Brazil to play. Please don't
Right.
forget.
I won't forget. Brazil's top 3 of places I want to go so bad. It's Japan, Australia, Brazil, and not in that order, just all at the same time. Like I'll just fly from one to the other tour straight into the other tour.
Yeah, I am at Curitiba City. Is a capital. We are about 400 kilometers at São Paulo. Do you know São Paulo?
Yeah, Sao Paulo. You guys have a great
South.
music scene. I see all the festivals that are coming through there. It's like, yeah, it's a dream for sure.
Yeah, we hope that we can see you playing here in Brazil so soon. Tell us about your Ludwig drums because I love Ludwig. Yeah, I'm playing with Gretsch so many
Yeah,
years.
Gretsch is great.
Yeah.
I played Gretsch for a long time when I first started out. Just always loved what Gretsch was doing. And then I just changed over, fell in love with Ludwig, became really good friends with the Ludwig team, and just started making that connection. And they would come out to shows, and I would see him at NAMM and see him when we were in Chicago. And I guess I did something right. Sometimes I wake up and I think, oh man, I'm a Ludwig artist. Like, what did I do to deserve that? Like, it's big, it's just like almost the biggest thing that's ever happened to me as a drummer. And so, not that there's pressure, because it's like the only pressure would be on yourself. So I don't feel the pressure from the outside world. But Uli, the guy who does the artist marketing, he was really awesome in why he signed me, because I'm not technical. Just I was self-taught, and then, I'm not like this super clinic drummer. I don't, teach drums. There's a niche for all that, and they have all these studio drummers that can play all the licks, and they have all this experience. But Uli told me, I'm signing you because you're the happiest drummer in the world. And he just said, you just look so happy playing drums. And I want people to be like, I want to play drums and I want to play Ludwig because that looks like fun. And it was just really cool to me, like, because that's the type of drummer that I want to be, is like, I don't need to be frills and do all this crazy stuff. I don't need to, it's just, I am having a really good time. So that's what it is,
So, but I have to do some kind of compliment. I don't know how to say in English. I have to say one more little things about why Ludwig signed with you. Of course, you play very well. You play your own style. You play the band that you play. You don't play with Chick Corea. You play with that very girls and to tens, and you have the style, and you play so well. The style is, you don't have to play like a Jojo Mayer or Chick David Wackel. You don't have to play like that. You have to play like Rikky Styxx. And of course, your play are good. Your visual are so good. People love your play and your visual. Like I said, is so it's so brilliant. It's so cool to see a drummer play like you do.
Thank you.
So why not to sign with a drummer? I guess if you play like this,
right,
maybe,
right.
yeah, maybe he will never sign with you.
Well,
correct?
and the thing is like, I think when you sign someone who is having fun versus someone who's, well, and of course they have technical drummers. I think the difference is people sometimes are afraid to start new stuff, new hobbies, or they're afraid to play out because they're like, I'm not good enough, or, I shouldn't be like this. But it's not about that. You can buy a kit and you can be a beginner, and that's just where you are on your drum timeline. Like if you're young on the drum timeline, you're young on the drum timeline. And really it is about having fun. Like if you buy a kit and you want to play drums and it happens to be Ludwig, then that's awesome, but just pick something up that you want to do for fun. Like, you don't have to be the best musician in the world to be successful, and I think that that's a good message that Ludwig was sending out, is like, just love what you do,
Yeah, because your website is open here on my right, and all your pics, you are smiling.
Yeah.
All your pics, the pics are so great.
I can't
to
help
see.
it.
Yeah, it's colorful. You have movement. You can see that you are doing with pleasure and having so fun and play very well. I have to tell you, I produced the Girls on Drums Festival. We have so many work to do when we are doing the festival, and sometimes I have to help the artists, the drummers, all female drummers, to produce new picks, new material. I do this with the drummers. Sometimes they don't have so many good picks like me, so I had to help her or help them to produce new material. So what I tell for them, please do like a smile when playing, or something more colorful. One of my best friends and our first model for Girls on Drums posters and flyers, her name is Lucy, my friend, drummer. She's moving for LA next year, and it's like you. When we saw Lucy playing, it was incredible. It's on time, it's simple, on time, correct, very good sound. It's not a shot girl which
Right.
don't have this, but you have the drums, the drumming, and the visual. It's that we want to promote the festival. So
Right.
you are right. You are on the right
Well, it's
path.
hard because when you're playing drums, you can't, everybody looks kind of stupid sometimes, you know. We make like weird faces. We're like, "Ah," you know, and it's like sometimes it's hard, but luckily when I feel awkward, I smile. So somehow it works. You know, and I'm like the girl in the front of the class that's awkward and I don't know what else to do but smile. So there it is. There's the secret, guys. Sorry.
So Bill Bruford said once, when in doubt, roll. So Ricky says, when you in doubt, smile.
Smile. That's, I mean, it, you know, it's real. You know, I think when you're trying too hard, you lose some of the realness that's coming across, and people want to connect with genuine. They want to connect with the real person. And, you know, there's something very vulnerable about smiling and having fun and letting your guard down, because that's why people go out and go to shows, you know? So you're creating that environment. But yeah, it's really interesting because I was on tour with the Dolly Rots, and I was in the UK, and it was a big tour. It was a big bus tour, and I had a little too much fun the night before our last show. And the next day I was hurting really bad, and I was playing, but I didn't feel that great. But I got off the stage and I went to merch, and it was an all ages show, and there was a little girl, and she's like, "You look like you're having so much fun." And I thought, man, if I could be that sick and feel that sick, but still like am having fun, like I'm meant to play drums, you know? Like it feeds my soul.
Yeah, exactly. For me too. I've been playing with some kind of weird feelings, like maybe I don't know, because I don't have any sick problem a long time. I had COVID last
Oh, you
year.
got COVID? I'm sorry. How do you feel
Yeah,
now? Are you
but
okay?
it was very okay. It's very easy. Thanks God for this.
Oof.
I lost my brother 3 months ago, but
Oh
it's
no.
another story. No
Okay.
problem.
Sorry about that.
He is okay. Okay. He's with God right now. So we have a question here from Shar School. Did you see Count on Me? Cool doc about drummers. It's for you this question. I hope.
Hi, Shar. Yeah, and they're saying sorry about your brother. Shar's saying sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I saw the doc. I love it. Loved it a lot. You know, it was one of those really, it was cool to see, but I really like that they focused a lot on the female aspect. Jess Bowman, up and coming drummer, gets to jam with, oh my gosh, Cindy. So crazy. She's just such an amazing drummer.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to see her. I just can't handle it. But no, they got to do like a drum off at the end, and just really cool that they're bringing people together to talk about drums. And like, I just love drums. So you want to talk about drums? You want to look at drums, whatever drums, I'll do. I love it. So yeah, it was cool. They talk about all the big heavies, you know. So
Yeah, I
it
have
was
to
cool.
see this documentary.
Yeah, it's
I
on
don't-
Netflix. I don't know if it's available in Brazil, but yeah.
Where I can find this
Do
material?
you guys have Netflix?
I hate Netflix, but I remember my wife have Netflix because I hate Netflix.
Well, you're gonna love Netflix now, probably, because it's
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
I will search.
And
I will
go
search.
Jess.
Thank you.
Go Jess Bowman, man. I'm proud of her. It's awesome.
Yeah,
I know she was nervous. I watched an interview because she got to play with Cindy Blackman and
Yeah.
all of them. I mean, just all the heavies. And they interviewed her, and she was like, "I wish I would have got to play like all my styles. I had like practiced." And you know, it's like, yeah, it's nerve-wracking, I'm sure. Like, she went in there and she's solid and she looks like she's having fun again. Like, you don't, and who's competing? Like, no one's competing. We're all learning from each other. I guarantee you, Cindy Blackman learned from Jess Bowman somehow. Like, if it's not on the drums, it's just like the fact that she shows up, you know, that she went to the great lengths to make sure her drum set was picked out perfect and it sounded wonderful. Like, all of that is such a big part of the film, and it's just so inspirational, you know?
Yeah, I have to see. I will search for, and I will tell you if I see the documentary. Thanks so much. Thank you, Charles. Cool. Thank you so. I have 2 new lessons this night. Thank you so much, Rick. So
Yeah.
I have to tell about my experience with the great Cindy Blackman.
Okay, she's amazing.
Yeah, she was in Brazil here maybe 12 years ago, maybe 12. I don't remember when. Yeah, no problem. 12 years ago. I just arrived at hotel for check-in in São Paulo. I to do my check-in, and when I look to my right side, voila,
There she is.
Cindy Blackman doing her check it out. So the first time in my life, of course I call her Miss City, and I start to I could not talk correctly. You know, like maybe think.
Did you get nervous? You got nervous?
Yeah, very first time on my life, just only with Cindy Blackman. But I have the picture on my Instagram, not here in. I have the picture here on Girls on Drum Festival Instagram.
That's so good.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
You know,
I mean, she's just. Can I be honest?
Yeah,
she was better than everybody on that film. Better than Chad Smith. Not that, okay, it's not a competition. I know this, but she's just the virtuoso, righteous queen, man. She's awesome. So yeah, that you got to watch it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love Cindy, and you're gonna probably go speechless again, and it'll be good.
Yeah, me, Cindy Blackman, Santana. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, I won't.
So we are now with 50 minutes streaming. Are you okay to do?
Yeah, I think there's a few more questions. I know Vicky asked a question. Let's answer some of those if they came in. Is that okay?
Okay. We have a question. Any possibility of a 2/10 and That Very Girls double dirty show in Brazil?
In Brazil. You know, as much as I would want to say yes in a fantasy world that would happen, I don't think it will ever happen just because they're so different in styles. And I've done double duty tours before, and I will be honest, I am exhausted. It's a lot of work. My body gets run down. Like, my right calf from playing kick drum for 2 hours is just like, it's funny because I'll wear, jeans on tour, and then the double duty tour, like, I had to cut my jeans up my right calf because it got so big in 2 weeks. Like, for me. It was just a lot of work. My dad actually drove on that tour, which was heaven because I got to just sleep. But I was just eating all the carbs and eating as much as I possibly could because it was exhausting. It wasn't my favorite tour because I was so tired. Like, I didn't get to really enjoy it because I was just like worn out. I don't recommend it. 2 like big rock and roll bands that play for like 45 minutes each at least. It's like, no. You're 4 days in and you're like gasping for air.
Great. So let me see if you have questions here. People are so shy tonight. We don't have questions. I know.
I have a lot of non-drummers on. Stan's on. Michelle. Yeah, a lot of people are just non-drummers. They're just logged in, and you guys are awesome. My best friend Kate logged in. She's amazing. Little Ghost logged in. That's the backup singer for Death Valley Girls. So there's people popping on, but maybe no drummers. So
No problem. So I have two last questions for you. One, please show us your drum kit if you can. Please move your cell phone to see your drum kit because it's so beautiful. And for finish the streaming, please. So let's see your drum kit first.
So this is a 1960s. I'm plugged into a light, but this is a 1960s Ludwig maple kit. It's really awesome. It's got a lot of dust on it. Sorry, but it's vintage, so I leave it. And then I have practice cymbals. I have a 16-inch Rock Crash. This is a, what ride is this? I can't remember the ride on that one. 2 Rock Crashes, and then I have Paragon Sabian cymbals, 5.5 Black Beauty, Aquarian heads. I play the response 2s. But yeah, it sits in my living room. Like I literally get to watch TV and then pop off and come over here and play drums. So yeah, I'm a lucky girl to have a kit set up in my living room. Like I can't complain, you know.
But your bass drum is 22?
22, 13, 16.
Yeah. Did you ever try the 24?
I have a 24-inch kit. Well, actually, I don't have it anymore, even though it's still at my house. Do you know who Fred Armisen is? He plays Ludwig. He's a comedian. He bought my black kit, my black swirl kit. But it's still here. That one's a 24. But I played that for a while. But I like just basic 22, man. There's something about just a 22 you can play. It's so versatile. It's quick. It's fast. It's not too loud, you know.
Yeah. La Mujer Tambor is saying nice drum set. Thank you.
Thank
you so much. We have a question here on YouTube for Dust Watson. Can you play drums in your house anytime you want?
Yeah. Anytime I want.
For example, now.
I'm respectful, you know. I could play at 4 a.m. I have my neighbor, she's awesome. But there's times where because I work so early and I have rehearsal that night and I'm working on a song and I'll have to get up at 6 in the morning and play drums before I leave for school. And that happens a lot. So yeah, I can play whenever I want. Yeah,
no problem. Maybe he's just testing you because we love testing the drummers right now here.
That's it. I'll test the neighborhood too.
we are almost finished because people. It's so sorry. It's the great streaming with you, Rikki. So fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but
thank you so much for having me, and I really appreciate it. It was great talking to you and getting to know you and, seeing everybody. I haven't done an interview in a long time, so it feels good to get back.
Yeah, so the three, we have 3 points.
Yeah.
Maybe we can schedule something with you for next year because we have a full schedule until December. Maybe next year, some kind of special streaming for talking about punk rock, something like this.
Okay, I would love to.
Punk rock drumming.
I can do that.
Yeah, so great. So my last question is, leave your best words for the people that are starting to play drums or that are planning to start a band. And well, be my guest. Say whatever comes to your heart and your mind for the young drummers that you be seeing this streaming in the future.
I was gonna say run, but don't. No, I'm kidding. My best words for young musicians: say yes to everything in the beginning, and don't be afraid. It's like, who cares what people think? It's like, if this is something you want, go after it, play your heart out, say yes to everything until you can't say yes anymore. And then you'll settle into a spot where that's a best fit for your true self.
Great, great. So, people, don't be angry with me, but Ricky have to leave us. And it was so nice streaming. Charles, cool. You are so sweet, waiting for your friends in New Jersey. Yeah, you are so great here. Ricky. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you
Your
so
yours.
much.
Yeah, thanks so much for your smile and your enthusiasm doing this streaming with us. I hope to see you soon. And please
Well, I
don't
know
forget.
I want to come to San Paulo, so I'll be there.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. I will call you in the future to do a special streaming about your drumming, punk rock drumming. Okay, I hope that you'll be available for us. Thank you so much, people.
Bye,
I hope to
everyone.
see
Thank
you
you.
soon next week with Lorena Martins from Brazil, and next week, the last September week, with Mirna, Drum Beaches Mirna from United States too. Thanks so much. Have a good night. Thank you, Rick. God bless you. Bye bye.
Bye. Hi.